The dark truth of the end of every GTA protagonist. Now, I've only played GTA 4, GTA 5, bro. I haven't played a lot of GTAs, but I do love GTA. One of my favorite games of all time. Up there with Red Dead and all them, bro. One of my favorite games of all time.
Tommy Vercetti. Tommy Vercetti's fate after Grand Theft Auto Vice City reveals one of the most complex behind-the-scenes stories
Vice.
in gaming history. At the end of Vice City, Tommy stands victorious as the undisputed ruler of the city's criminal underworld. He has eliminated his enemies, built a vast empire, and achieved complete control over Vice City's drug trade and legitimate businesses. However, Tommy's story takes a dramatic turn in the years following his triumph. In Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, set 6 years after Vice City's events, Ken Rosenberg makes a desperate phone call that reveals Tommy's current status. Ken, now in rehab and struggling with addiction, attempts to contact his former boss and closest ally. The phone conversation shows Ken speaking to Tommy's assistant or handler, not Tommy directly. Ken pleads to speak with Tommy, saying, "I made that ingrate and now he won't take my calls." The assistant refuses to put Tommy on the phone, indicating that Tommy is deliberately avoiding Ken's attempts at contact. This abandonment of Ken Rosenberg represents a significant character shift for Tommy. During Vice City's events, Ken served as Tommy's lawyer, confidant, and one of his most trusted associates. The fact that Tommy refuses to take Ken's calls suggests either a calculated business decision or a complete severing of old ties. Behind the scenes, Tommy's disappearance from the Grand Theft Auto series stems from a reported conflict between Rockstar Games and Ray Liotta, Tommy's voice actor.
Okay. Damn. So he technically didn't really get like an ending.
To multiple development sources, Liotta did not anticipate Vice City's massive commercial success. When the game became a cultural phenomenon, Liotta allegedly demanded significantly more money for future appearances. The working relationship between Rockstar and Liotta reportedly deteriorated quickly. Dan Houser, one of Rockstar's co-founders, allegedly responded to Liotta's demands by suggesting they could simply kill off the character, stating there would be no next time for Tommy if the actor continued making financial demands. Claude from Grand Theft Auto 3 represents the most ambiguous ending in the entire series. After rescuing Maria from Catalina's compound, Claude walks away with her into the distance. The screen fades to black, followed by a single gunshot and complete silence. This moment has sparked decades of debate among players and gaming communities. The gunshot occurs off-screen with no visual confirmation of what happened. Rockstar Games has deliberately maintained this ambiguity. In 2011, during the game's 10th anniversary, developers were directly asked about Claude's fate. Their official response stated they were unsure whether Claude killed Maria or not, acknowledging that some fans believe he did while others believe he didn't. However, Rockstar confirmed one crucial detail: Claude is still alive. This confirmation came through official channels.
Interesting. For like characters, I really do wonder if they're gonna put characters that were in GTA, like other GTAs in GTA 6. I know there's gonna be some. I don't know which ones. Can't remember which ones. Not gonna lie, but I know they're gonna put like characters that were in old GTAs into the 6. I just wonder how the storyline would be. And I wonder how long the story would actually be in general.
Establishing that whatever happened in that final moment, Claude survived the events of Grand Theft Auto 3. The character later appears in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which takes place before the events of Grand Theft Auto 3 in the game's timeline. In San Andreas, Claude appears as a minor character who races CJ for pink slips and loses. He leaves San Andreas in Catalina's passenger seat, setting up the events that would lead to his betrayal in Liberty City. This appearance confirms his survival and provides context for his relationship with Catalina. The mystery of Maria's fate remains officially unresolved. The gunshot could represent Claude finally silencing her constant chatter. Or it could be an unrelated sound. Rockstar's intentional ambiguity means both interpretations remain valid within the game's canon. CJ Johnson. Carl Johnson represents the rare Grand Theft Auto protagonist who achieved a clean exit from the criminal underworld. By the end of San Andreas, CJ has accomplished everything he set out to do. Grove Street is restored to power, his family is reunited, and his enemies are eliminated. More importantly, CJ has diversified his interests beyond gang activity into legitimate business ventures. At the game's conclusion, CJ owns stakes in multiple casinos, operates several garages,
Basically,
and
got a
serves
happy
as
ending.
manager for the rapper Mad Dog. The final cutscene shows Mad Dog preparing for a world tour, with CJ positioned as his business manager. This transition from street gang member to entertainment industry executive represents CJ's successful evolution away from criminal activity. CJ's fate after San Andreas can be traced through references in later Grand Theft Auto games, despite the series' universe split between the three-dimensional era and high-definition era. In Grand Theft Auto 4, billboards throughout Liberty City feature a man resembling CJ wearing expensive clothing and luxury brands. These advertisements suggest CJ became a successful businessman and possibly a celebrity figure. Grand Theft Auto 5 provides the clearest indication of CJ's ultimate fate through a conversation between Franklin and Lamar. They discuss what happened to the original Grove Street families, with Lamar speculating that the former gang leaders could be CEOs by now, or probably living in some suburb somewhere driving SUVs, soccer moms coaching Little League football teams. This dialogue strongly implies that CJ and other Grove Street leaders left gang life behind for suburban family life. Additional evidence appears throughout Grand Theft Auto 5 in the form of CJ's toothpaste, a brand found in various
That nigga had toothpaste. CJ's toothpaste? I didn't even know that, bro.
across Los Santos. This Easter egg suggests CJ expanded into consumer products, further supporting the theory that he became a legitimate businessman. CJ's story represents the only Grand Theft Auto protagonist who successfully transitioned from criminal to civilian life without death, imprisonment, or exile. Victor Vance.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. CJ is one of the best protagonists in GTA. One of them. There's a lot. I ain't gonna lie. But CJ, he up there. Definitely not like top 5.
Victor Vance represents the most tragic fate of any Grand Theft Auto protagonist, because his death occurs in another character's origin story. Throughout Vice City stories, Vic builds a criminal empire while trying to care for his sick brother and maintain some moral boundaries. He repeatedly expresses reluctance about the criminal lifestyle, preferring to find legitimate ways to support his family. At the end of Vice City stories, Victor tells his brother Lance that he wants to get out of the criminal business entirely. He suggests they should leave town or lay low, expressing clear desire to escape the violence and chaos of Vice City's underworld. However, Lance reveals he has acquired 20 kilograms of cocaine and wants to sell it for one final big score. Victor strongly objects to Lance's plan, telling him to get rid of the drugs immediately. Lance insists.
Were those women naked? Well, not naked, but like... Alright,
strongly objects to Lance's plan, telling him to get rid of the drugs immediately.
Type shit.
Lance insists they should hide the cocaine out of town and wait for the right moment to sell it. This conversation establishes Victor's attempt to go legitimate, while Lance remains committed to criminal activity. 2 years later, in 1986, Victor's story reaches its predetermined conclusion. The opening sequence of Grand Theft Auto Vice City shows a drug deal at the docks involving two brothers, Lance and Victor Vance.
Damn.
Before any dialogue occurs, the deal goes catastrophically wrong when rival dealers and law enforcement converge on the location. Victor is gunned down in the crossfire before Tommy Vercetti even takes control as the playable character. His death happens off-screen during the chaos, with no final words or dramatic moment.
Imagine being able...
My dog got an off-screen death. That's the worst way to go.
Rockstar Games officially confirmed through multiple sources that the dealer killed in Vice City's opening is indeed Victor Vance. This revelation transforms Vice...
And one thing I do like about GTA, I love about GTA, is like, throughout their whole catalog, bro, there are times where it do connect. I don't know why I did this. They connect. And I do want to watch a video of like it talking about that, because I do like really like the fact that most of Rockstar's games, they all have a connection to them.
City stories, from a standard prequel into a tragedy about a man doomed to die regardless of his choices. Victor's death serves Tommy Vercetti's story as motivation for Lance's quest for revenge, but it represents the complete failure of Victor's attempts to escape criminal life. Nico Bellic. Nico Bellic's fate after Grand Theft Auto 4.
Hey, well, I don't care what nobody say. This GTA right here was good. I know there was like the customization wasn't that good. The lighting and the coloring wasn't that good. It was a little bland, but I don't care. Take all that shit away, bro. This is one of the best GTAs. Nico Bellic is him. That nigga was, bro. It's crazy because due to like people really hate on this GTA, and I don't know why. This GTA has some of the best shit in it. The story was hilarious. The characters were funny. Like, it was just good, bro.
Represents a deliberate disappearance from the criminal underworld. By the game's conclusion, Niko has achieved his primary goal of finding and confronting the man who betrayed his military unit during the Yugoslav wars.
Yeah.
However, this revenge brings him no peace or satisfaction, leaving him emotionally hollow despite his success. The canonical ending of Grand Theft Auto 4 is widely considered to be the revenge path, where Niko kills Dmitry Raskolov, but loses his girlfriend Kate McCreary in retaliation. This ending leaves Niko with his cousin Roman alive, but strips away his romantic relationship and any hope for a normal future. The loss reinforces Niko's belief that violence only breeds more violence. Evidence from Grand Theft Auto 5 confirms that Niko deliberately withdrew from criminal activity after 4's events. During the game's heist planning, Lester Crest mentions an Eastern European guy making moves in Liberty City, but he went quiet. This reference clearly indicates Niko, as he was the most prominent Eastern European criminal operating in Liberty City during the time frame Lester describes. Patrick McReary, during the Paleto Bay heist setup, provides additional confirmation of Niko's status. When discussing the Liberty City bank robbery from Grand Theft Auto 4, Patrick mentions that Niko is probably dead too, because he hasn't heard from him in years. This statement suggests Niko completely severed contact with his former criminal associates. However, subtle evidence indicates Niko remains alive but living quietly.
Good shit then.
Wanted posters featuring Niko can be found in abandoned buildings throughout Grand Theft Auto 5's desert areas. These posters reference his involvement in a nightclub shooting in Hove Beach, confirming law enforcement still seeks him for crimes committed during Grand Theft Auto 4. The most revealing...
Hey, as long as my dog is alive, bro. Niggas deadass one of the best characters, bro. And they hate to admit it. They hate to!
Clue appears through an Easter egg in Michael's house, where his son Jimmy can occasionally be seen browsing a Life Invader profile belonging to Niko Bellic. The profile suggests Niko works with Roman at their taxi company, indicating he chose legitimate employment over continued criminal activity.
Good
Johnny
shit.
Klebitz.
My dog Johnny. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember the GTA. I know it was part of GTA 4, but I forgot what it was called. Either way, my dog Johnny was a cool ass character, bro. I fucked with Johnny. And when Trevor beat his face into the ground at the start of GTA 5, dog, I was pissed. It took me a long ass time to fuck with Trevor after that, bro. It took a long ass time. Cause as a kid, bro, I fucked with Johnny, bro. Heavy.
Klebitz suffers the most brutal and definitive death of any Grand Theft Auto protagonist.
Right!
Between the events of The Lost and Damned and Grand Theft Auto 5, Johnny's life deteriorates completely. The Lost Motorcycle Club fragments under internal conflicts, drug addiction, and poor leadership decisions. Johnny becomes heavily addicted to methamphetamine, transforming from a respected biker leader into a desperate addict. By 2013, Johnny has relocated to Blaine County in San Andreas, where he continues using drugs and maintains a toxic relationship with Ashley Butler, his former girlfriend who shares his addiction. The Lost MC chapter in San Andreas operates as a shadow of the powerful organization Johnny once led in Liberty City. Johnny's death occurs during Trevor Phillips.
So my dog became a crackhead, bro? Why they give my dog such a bad ending, bro? Why they give my dog such a bad ending?
His introduction sequence in Grand Theft Auto 5. When Trevor discovers Johnny has been involved with Ashley, Johnny confronts Trevor outside the Vanilla Unicorn strip club. Johnny attempts to assert dominance over Trevor, demanding he stay away from Ashley and threatening violence. Trevor responds by grabbing Johnny and delivering a single, devastating stomp to his head. The impact is immediately fatal, crushing Johnny's skull and killing him instantly. The scene shows graphic detail of the aftermath, including brain matter visible on the ground and stuck to Trevor's boot. This death serves multiple narrative purposes within Grand Theft Auto 5. It establishes Trevor as an extremely dangerous and unpredictable character, while
I understand, like, we could have, yes, I would have been perfectly okay with the fact that, like, you know, Rockstar showing that Trevor is a demon. I would have been okay with it. I would have been very okay with it. But why'd you have to kill off such a great character so fast?
Demonstrating the consequences of drug addiction and criminal lifestyle decline. Johnny's death also represents the complete destruction of the Lost MC as a viable criminal organization. The brutality of Johnny's death shocked many players who had spent hours playing as the character in The Lost and Damned. Rockstar Games designed this moment to be jarring and unexpected, showing how quickly former protagonists can become casualties in the Grand Theft Auto universe. Johnny's body is later buried alongside his fellow Lost MC members, Terry and Clay, confirming his death and the end of his chapter in the series. Michael DeSanta. Michael DeSanta's ending depends entirely on the player's choice in Grand Theft Auto V's final mission.
Yeah.
But his canonical fate follows the Death Wish option where he survives. Throughout the game, Michael struggles with his identity as a retired criminal living under witness protection. His deal with the Federal Investigation Bureau allowed him to fake his death and escape his criminal past, but it also trapped him in a suburban life that brings him no satisfaction. By the game's conclusion, Michael has reconciled with his family after nearly losing them due to his return to criminal activity. His wife Amanda and children Jimmy and Tracy begin to understand and accept his past, while Michael learns to value their relationship over his nostalgia for the criminal lifestyle. This family reconciliation represents Michael's primary character growth throughout the story. Michael's professional aspirations also reach fulfillment by the end of Grand Theft Auto V. His involvement in the film industry, initially a hobby and escape mechanism, develops into legitimate work. The Death Wish ending shows Michael successfully producing a movie, achieving his long-held dream of working in Hollywood entertainment. Evidence from Grand Theft Auto Online's contract update confirms Michael's continued success in the film industry. During missions at the movie studio, Franklin mentions knowing a producer who works there, strongly implying this refers to Michael. This reference suggests Michael maintained his position in the entertainment business and achieved the legitimate career he always wanted. Michael's survival and success represent a rare positive outcome for a Grand Theft Auto protagonist. Unlike other characters who die, disappear, or face ongoing criminal consequences, Michael successfully transitions from criminal to civilian life while maintaining his wealth and achieving personal fulfillment. However, Michael's peace remains fragile. His past with the Federal Investigation Bureau creates ongoing vulnerability, and his relationships with Trevor and Franklin ensure he cannot completely escape his criminal connections. The Death Wish ending provides resolution but not complete closure for Michael's story. Franklin Clinton achieves the most comprehensive transformation of any Grand Theft Auto V protagonist, evolving from a small-time repo man to a legitimate businessman and family man. By the game's conclusion, Franklin has accumulated significant wealth through the heist operations while avoiding the personal destruction that typically accompanies criminal success in the Grand Theft Auto universe. Franklin's canonical path follows the Death Wish ending, where he refuses to kill either Michael or Trevor and instead eliminates the external threats forcing this choice. This decision demonstrates Franklin's loyalty and strategic thinking, as he recognizes that his mentor's survival benefits his own long-term interests, while eliminating the corrupt officials and business rivals who created the conflict.
Yeah, I feel like Franklin, he got one of the best endings too, I ain't gonna lie.
Direct downloadable content for Grand Theft Auto Online reveals Franklin's fate several years after the main story. He has established Franklin, Clinton, and Partner, a celebrity solutions agency that handles high-profile problems for wealthy clients. This business represents a complete legitimization of Franklin's skills, using his criminal expertise to solve problems through legal means. Franklin's personal life also achieves stability through his marriage to Tanisha Davis, his childhood friend who previously rejected him due to his criminal lifestyle. The contract content confirms they have married and started a family together, with evidence including personalized license plates and children's toys visible in Franklin's upgraded home in the Hollywood Hills. The agency's most prominent client relationship involves Dr. Dre, who hires Franklin to recover stolen music and handle various celebrity-related crises. These missions demonstrate Franklin's evolution from street-level criminal to high-end problem solver, working with legitimate celebrities and entertainment industry figures. Franklin's success story represents the ideal outcome for a Grand Theft Auto protagonist: wealth without ongoing criminal activity, family stability, and professional respect. His transformation from repo man to legitimate businessman shows how criminal skills can be redirected toward legal enterprises when combined with intelligence and strategic thinking. Trevor Phillips. Trevor Phillips represents the only Grand Theft Auto protagonist who remains fundamentally unchanged by his experiences, continuing his chaotic criminal lifestyle indefinitely. In the canonical Death Wish ending of Grand Theft Auto V, Trevor survives the final confrontation and maintains his operations in Blaine County, without significant modification to his behavior or business practices. Trevor's post-game existence centers around Trevor Phillips Enterprises, his methamphetamine manufacturing and distribution operation based in Sandy Shores. Unlike other protagonists who either die, disappear, or transition to legitimate businesses, Trevor continues operating as an active criminal with no apparent desire for change or growth. Evidence from Grand Theft Auto Online confirmed.
I do wonder if they're gonna change that. Like I know. I think Michael will be in GTA 6. I think so. I just gotta figure out what the story gonna be like in GTA 6. Like, and I hope it ain't buggy. I already know it might be, but I hope that game does so well. I ain't gonna lie, it's automatically gonna do numbers. It might break so many game like records, bro. It might break the old GTA 5 record. I ain't gonna lie, cause that's like 10 years in the making. I know GTA 5 did so well, but damn, bro, it's like Rockstar used to make games back to back to back, and it's like as soon as GTA 5 came out, bro, they got so comfortable.
Trevor's ongoing criminal activities years after the main story's conclusion. He appears in various heist setups and criminal operations, maintaining his signature unpredictable and violent approach to business. These appearances show Trevor has not mellowed or developed any interest in legitimate enterprises.
Ain't that the other
Trevor's relationship with his former partners remains complicated but functional. While his friendship with Michael suffered permanent damage due to Michael's earlier betrayal and fake death, Trevor maintains limited contact with both Michael and Franklin when criminal opportunities arise. However, these relationships exist purely for business purposes rather than genuine reconciliation. The contract downloadable content provides indirect confirmation of Trevor's continued presence in the criminal underworld. Franklin's agency security guard mentions a homeless-looking man who claimed to have worked with Franklin, became extremely agitated when denied access, and nearly defecated on the reception desk before leaving. This description perfectly matches Trevor's personality and appearance, suggesting he attempted to contact Franklin for unknown reasons. Trevor's story represents the darkest truth about criminal life in the Grand Theft Auto universe. Some individuals are fundamentally incapable of change or growth, while other protagonists either die from their choices or successfully escape criminal life. Trevor continues his destructive pattern indefinitely, suggesting that chaos and violence have become his permanent identity rather than temporary circumstances. Tony Cipriani. Tony Cipriani's fate rather than temporary circumstances. Tony.
Bro, I forgot all. Bro, I'm gonna be really upset if I find out Luis got blicked, bro. I'm gonna be very upset.
Tony Cipriani's fate after Liberty City Stories demonstrates the limitations of loyalty within organized crime families. Throughout Liberty City Stories, Tony works tirelessly to rebuild his reputation within the Leone family after returning from hiding. He eliminates rivals, handles sensitive operations, and proves his unwavering dedication to Salvatore Leone and the family's interests. By the end of Liberty City Stories in 1998, Tony has successfully restored his position as Salvatore's most trusted enforcer and problem solver. He has eliminated threats to the family, expanded their territory, and demonstrated his value through countless dangerous missions. Tony expects this loyalty and competence to eventually earn him leadership of the organization. However, Grand Theft Auto 3, which takes place 3 years later in 2001, reveals the harsh reality of Tony's situation. Despite his years of service and proven capabilities, Tony remains in exactly the same position, Salvatore's second-in-command and enforcer. He has not advanced to become the family's leader or even gained significant autonomy within the organization. Tony's daily routine in Grand Theft Auto 3 shows him divided between two responsibilities: helping his mother run her restaurant and continuing to handle jobs for the Leone family. His mother constantly berates and insults him, treating him as a failure despite his criminal success. This domestic situation reflects Tony's broader inability to gain the respect he believes he deserves. When Salvatore Leone dies during Grand Theft Auto 3's events, killed by Claude after growing paranoid about betrayal, Tony's opportunity for advancement dies with him. Salvatore's son Joey Leone lacks the leadership skills and criminal acumen necessary to run the family effectively, but Tony never receives consideration as a replacement leader. The evidence suggests Salvatore never intended to promote Tony to leadership regardless of his service. Tony functioned as a valuable tool rather than a potential
so he was just a pawn for his whole... Damn, that's crazy.
Successor, useful for handling dangerous situations but never trusted with ultimate authority. His loyalty became a limitation rather than an asset, keeping him trapped in a subordinate role indefinitely. Luis Lopez. Luis Lopez achieves the most stable post-game existence of any Grand Theft Auto 4 era protagonist.
Let me know.
Throughout the Ballad of Gay Tony.
Oh, the Ballad of Gay Tony. That's what I was trying to fucking... When I was thinking of GTA 4, bro, this is what I was thinking of. Like, the Ballad of Gay Tony, bro. Oh my god, bro. I was fucking with that shit heavy, bro. Luis. I know Luis don't... Bruh. GTA 4 was so good, bro. Bro, I used to play the fuck out of Luis, bro, just because, bro. He was cool as shit, bro. My dog, bro.
Luis demonstrates exceptional loyalty to his employer, Tony Prince, while maintaining strong family connections and avoiding the self-destructive patterns that consume other characters in Liberty City's criminal underworld. Luis's primary motivation throughout his story centers on protecting Gay Tony's nightclub empire and resolving the financial problems that threaten their business.
Right.
Unlike other protagonists driven by revenge, ambition, or survival, Luis operates from a position of genuine care for his employer and desire to maintain stability in his established life.
Bro.
By the conclusion of the Ballad of Gay Tony, Luis has successfully eliminated the threats to Tony's business while preserving their nightclub operations. The Russian mob, Colombian cartels, and other criminal organizations that endangered their enterprise have been neutralized, allowing Luis to return to his preferred role as nightclub security manager. Evidence from Grand Theft Auto Online suggests Luis continued working in Liberty City's nightclub industry after the events of his story. During a mission involving the rescue of Jimmy Boston, the character mentions Luis Lopez specifically in connection with nightclub security work, indicating Luis maintained his position in the entertainment industry. Additional confirmation appears in Grand Theft Auto Online's nightclub properties, where players can find photographs of Luis displayed prominently. These images suggest Luis achieved recognition and respect within the nightclub security profession.
All I know is I need GTA 6 to talk about old characters as well. I already know it's going to. GTA 5 did the same thing. Online did the same thing. But for the characters that's still alive, like CJ, I hope they talk about CJ. Fucking Nico, Michael, Franklin, Trevor, shit. Just like, I need them to talk about him, bring him up, have him in the story or something.
Possibly expanding his influence beyond Tony's establishments. Luis's family relationships, particularly with his mother, remain central to his character throughout his story.
Right.
Unlike other protagonists who become isolated from family connections, Luis maintains these relationships while managing his professional responsibilities. This balance between criminal work and family loyalty provides Luis with emotional stability that other characters lack.
So you want...
Shout out my dog Luis Lopez, bruh. Luis.
Represents the rare Grand Theft Auto protagonist who achieves his goals without losing his identity or moral foundation. His story concludes with his professional situation improved, his family relationships intact, and his personal values largely unchanged by his experiences in Liberty City's criminal underworld. Claude Speed. Claude Speed exists as an anomaly within the Grand Theft Auto universe, operating in a separate timeline that disconnects him from the main series continuity. His story takes place in 2013 within the futuristic setting of Anywhere City, a location that bears no relation to the established Grand Theft Auto geography of Liberty City, Vice City, or San Andreas. Unlike other Grand Theft Auto protagonists who maintain consistent characterization throughout their stories, Claude Speed presents contradictory narrative elements that reflect the experimental nature of Grand Theft Auto 2's development. The game's live-action introduction shows Claude Speed being shot in the head after rising too quickly through the criminal hierarchy, suggesting his ambition leads directly to his death. However, this apparent death creates no impact on the actual gameplay experience. Claude Speed continues operating within Anywhere City's criminal underworld, accepting missions from various gang
Basically, this nigga was like a test dummy, a project, basically.
Gang leaders and corporate executives, as if the introduction sequence never occurred. This disconnect between cutscene and gameplay represents the game's loose approach to narrative continuity. Claude Speed's personality differs significantly from the silent Claude of Grand Theft Auto 3. He speaks regularly, displays confidence and cockiness, and actively seeks criminal opportunities rather than simply responding to circumstances. This characterization establishes him as a separate entity, despite sharing a similar name with the later protagonist. The futuristic setting of Anywhere City includes advanced technology and corporate-controlled districts that distinguish it from other Grand Theft Auto locations. Claude Speed operates within this environment by working for competing gangs and corporations, playing different factions against each other for personal profit. Claude Speed's ultimate fate remains deliberately unclear due to Grand Theft Auto 2's position outside the main series canon. Rockstar Games has never referenced his character in subsequent games, or provided any indication.
So basically, he was just like a test. He wasn't like real for real.
Of what happens to him after the events of his story. His existence serves primarily as a historical curiosity within the franchise's development, rather than a meaningful contribution to the overall Grand Theft Auto narrative. The character represents an early experiment in Grand Theft Auto storytelling that was abandoned in favor of the more grounded approach used in later games.
Basically, he was a test. Hey. Good shit, though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I love GTA, bro. I can't wait for GTA 6. I don't know the characters' names. I think their names have came out and all that, but I don't know their names. I already know, though, when GTA 6 comes out, bro, I'm playing that shit heavy. Heavy. I might not even play nothing else. On everything I love. Respect to my everything I love, too. I'm probably going to be on that game for a long-ass time. Just because I can't wait to see what the story's like. I can't wait to see how... It's in Vice City, right? I know it's in Florida, so Vice City is... Either way. I already know it's going to be amazing, bro. I already know it's going to be amazing. But hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. We out.